So lately, life has been full. Full.
Of extreme highs?
And intense lows.
The month of March was not only the 1-year anniversary of all living in a pandemic, but also I worked on an HBO set.
On my lunch break,
I went to the dog park for the first time.
Aldo! Here he comes! Here he comes! Sweet puppy! Nice!
I celebrated a few birthdays, including my dad's, my little sister's, and both of my grandmothers. I lost my stepfather. I taught myself how to use Photoshop. I finished a book.
I did it.
Considering we're halfway through April and I haven't shared my March living scrapbook progress yet, I figure let's show you how I lived my life.
Scrapping. The cover. The sticker came from the top of this jar.
This play pause sticker came from a keyboard shortcut for editing. The front, the contents and future log are overall pretty useful. As you can see, March was busy and April isn't. The trackers are actually showing some mild patterns. For example, my mood aligns with my period in the sense that I'm at my laziest and most tired at that time of the month. These pages haven't had much added to them, but they're always there just in case I need them. The middle. So over here, instead of doing a reflection page or something like that, I instead did the daily detail. Underneath that, we have a lesson learned of the day. Also, this little flap here allowed for me to include all 31 days of the month instead of just the 27 lines it provided. As mentioned, I worked on an HBO set, so with that being said, I have a bit of memorabilia from on set, including the flower petal that was left behind on the ground. This coloring page is really interesting because, as you can see, I like to date my coloring pages. And I started this on the 5th of the month and ended it on the last day of the month, the 31st. And I started off very colorful, and the backdrop was colored last, and it's black. So I think that's very telling and interesting. This week was a little bit lighter in scraps than a week normally would be. You can see here that I bought Aldo a toothbrush, and also he bit my fern, which I included on the page. And then also the backdrop is ironically toilet paper wrap. Isn't that incredible? I love my living scrapbook for the simple point that every week is vastly different. As you can see, this one was a lot more writing intense and planning heavy, as compared to the following week where I had so many scraps that that's all the page really consisted of. After I ended up scrapping it all, I ended up filling in the blanks with some journal entries to kind of remember where the scraps came from. Scrap flaps are essential, especially if you have a lot of scraps in your life, like myself. Here you can see that underneath I have something from the pet store, and underneath that I have something from the dispensary, and then over there we have something from Amazon. So it all can fit on the page if you fold it right. So yeah, just like that, we're in the month of April already, the 4th month of the year, 8 more to go. It's an endless cycle. So far, I've come up with the idea of creating one whole page for my finance tracker, if you will, but instead of just kind of writing down the finances, I am pasting all of the receipts. On the left of that is my daily affirmations page. And on the right is a reflection about how my Easter went. Uneventful. These quirk stickers right here for only $1 at Hobby Lobby on clearance. I never buy things full price. I don't think you should either. But yeah, the ultimate goal for April overall is just taking a piece of everything and including it in my book to really conceptualize how much I go through just as one person. The back. Some exciting news. I finished up my dictionary, and in doing so, I actually realized that the following page that I was saving to make a travel page, I'm gonna just expand my dictionary because I filled it up so quickly, obviously. And also 2 more exciting additions to the back. I created a page where hopefully I'll find some more feathers and cool findings in nature. I'm always going for walks with my dog Aldo, and these are the failed chore trackers thus far, including the coder for the whiteboard in my last video that you saw. Lastly is just some astrology information I printed about myself. I gotta get more into that. But it's easy to get wrapped up in social media, and I found for the last month that's what I've been doing. I've been comparing myself to other people's styles and the illusion of perfection, really. And I hold myself to that standard myself, and this is me here saying, here and now, enough is enough. I'm over that. I started this journey with the intentions of inspiring other people that can't fit into this mold of what people want from us, and I feel like I'm doing just that. And I'm just, even though it's a small community thus far, it's a really welcoming community, and I love hearing what you guys have to say and how I've inspired you and the different living scrapbooks you've put together so far. So keep sharing those with me at Living Scrapbook on Instagram. There's so many ways you can go about doing this. There's not one way. I must be patient with myself, and I hope you can try to do the same with yourself. We need to love ourselves before we can let anybody else love ourselves. These are really just messages for myself, really. I'm going through a lot right now, and it takes time to be perfect, and there is no such thing as perfect. We can all aim for it and strive, and that's what I try to do. I try to be the best human I can possibly be. It's the constant cycle of correction. But scrapping or not, live your life with intention and love it all, the highs and the lows, and it goes on, you know? So, now that my therapy session's over, be well, take care, live life scrapping, show me what you do. I'm gonna be a little bit more on this. You'll be hearing from me a little bit more frequently, a little bit more how-tos, a little bit more arts and crafts. Yes, that is seashells all over my shoe. I'll tell you more about that another time. I hope to see you again next time. I'm Curly-Headed Red, and be well, take care, and I'll see you next time.